Hey, what's going on, everybody? Dr. Dylan Lang here, board certified orthopedic specialist in physical therapy and certified strength and conditioning specialist. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about what I would do if I were to restart my fitness journey again here today in 2025. There's going to be a handful of things I would do to go through this process. So stay tuned and we'll get started. The first thing I would do is set a realistic expectation for myself. Most people have to add fitness and health goals on top of a busy work-life balance. They have to tend to kids, jobs, careers, and other milestones that they're trying to achieve. So having to recognize how much time you can actually devote in a given week is the first step. And then from there, I would set a realistic expectation for myself. The great news is that we can actually even see progress in just one training session a week. So I would start small. That might be one session a week, it might be 2 sessions a week, but just recognize again, what is the time I can devote to myself to go through this training process, and start small there. You can always add on more days of training later on in time, but you want to get used to going through this routine, get used to building habits, and start enjoying that process rather than setting the expectations high, being stressed out and overwhelmed, and not even continuing on with your fitness goals. The second thing I would do if I were starting my routine this year is find a means of fitness that I look forward to. It's great to recognize that there are multiple different ways that you can do fitness. There's lifting, running, Pilates, yoga, sports, and other things. So selecting one or a few of these that you can start to develop the consistent weekly habit with and enjoy the process is the most important thing. But it's also important to recognize and keep in mind the general recommendations that we want about 150 minutes of a moderate intensity cardio or about 75 minutes of a vigorous intensity cardio each week, and about 2 times a week of strength training. The third thing I would do is set my goal. So if that's strength building, muscle growth, weight loss, running 3 miles or half a marathon, whatever it is, I would set my goal for that. But I would also consider not setting a time frame for that. Most people end up setting an unrealistic time frame, like lose 20 pounds in 3 months, and sometimes you can't stick with that time frame, and that's what stops people from achieving their goals, is an unrealistic time frame expectation. So I'd set my goal, and then I would learn more about my goal and the means of actually going about to achieve my goal. So if that's learning more about my nutrition, if that's learning more about strength building, exercise selection, but that would be the next recommendation I would have. Finally, the biggest recommendation I would give myself is to be kind to myself. This fourth recommendation might be the most important one. You have to recognize that sometimes life comes up, things get in the way, and we miss training sessions, and that is totally okay. This goes back to why maybe setting a time frame isn't the best idea. Instead, you want to set yourself up for the journey. Training can take place over an extended period of time, and fitness is a means of developing this new consistent habit. So things come up, try not to beat yourself up over it, and recognize the journey and process through this. So that would be my 4 big recommendations to myself if I were to start my fitness journey over again in 2025. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to subscribe and like, share it with your friends, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.